Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
All right, good evening, folks. How you going? All right, Monday night. Let's just get a bit of housekeeping out the road. Monday night, had a mate. He could do with some prayers, guys, but he's going really well. Yeah, he's in hospital for a pretty big operation, actually. Mel come down with vertigo. Now, me and Caz might talk on that in a minute, but yeah, the vertigo, guys, there is a few reasons for that out there if anyone's going through some stuff, all right? It's got to do with the Schuman's residence and what's going on in this war that we're actually, continuing to be dragged into, not that we want to be here, but we are here and we're here for the future of our kids. Tuesday night, so Caz needed, Caz, you could hear in her voice last week, guys, all right? We just feel we needed a break. Caz had some personal stuff to do anyway, so she's had a couple of days off. She's feeling heaps better. All right, but yeah, it's what you've got to do. What we've got to do is look after ourselves, guys. I tried to do a bit of a live today, but I had no reception. We're not running on Wi-Fi here at the moment. We got problems again, guys, so we're just hotspotting off phones. But yeah, look after yourself, guys. Parasites, all right? We're all learnt. We're all understanding what's going on. Dr. Lee Merritt, I think, is one of the best out there if you want to go and have a look at what's going on there. Yeah, massive solar flares. So, look, we've got this fight going on, guys. We've got the Schuman's residence and we've got the environment that they are creating through our frequencies to interrupt the Schuman's residence. So it's on out there, all right? But let's get to what has got on today. Tariffs and that we'll talk about in the show, guys. I'm not really worried about them. We're to worry about what's going on here. So 2 court cases in Canberra today, right, at the High Court, and just got thrown back to the Supreme Court. So we're going to have Jackie and Belinda on tomorrow night, as far as I know, maybe a couple more. And we're going to have a talk about that. Now, guys, congratulations. 80 people turned up at the High Court today in Canberra from all over. All right, big stuff, guys. That's brilliant. This is what we need. All right, this is what we need. All right, putting these guys on show. So all they're doing there is they're going to throw it back. So Rod Culleton's going to, put an appeal in on that. There's another case as well. We'll find out about them all tomorrow night. But they're just stalling the process, guys. This is what they do. They try to make you go broke. You know what I mean? They make you spend more money than what you need to in this corrupt system. You know, we all know that's what it's about. Okay, it's a banker in there. And, yeah, they want to be exposed. Queensland drops the net zero target for 2035. Very interesting, guys. Very interesting. And they're bringing Weambler back out. So I just want to let you authorities out there know that just like Port Arthur has been exposed, and we knew what was going on, we know what's going on with Weambler too. Okay, and it will get exposed, guys. So I would say stop putting it on the mainstream. Stop telling you bullshit, all right, because we are going to expose it, all right? It will come out, believe me. All right, there's some other, just 2 items I want up here. I can see Caz is chewing a bit there, ready to go. So you could be going to get an email as an Australian state moves to electronic driving fines. So those guys, you're just going to get an email. Here's your fine, pay it, or you're going to lose your points, all right? And then, you know, blow me down if the Queensland Youth Minister, Laura Gerber, travels in a car that parks in a disability space at Cairns. Now, it's all right for them. This is too, you know, it's okay for them, but it's not okay for us guys. So anyway, we know that. What we're trying to do is combat that. So, Caz, come in. Welcome back. Hope you're feeling better.
Thank you. Yes, and thank you everyone for your concern. I just had some stuff I had to deal with. So we actually have Mark Mack in the studio, and he is running as an
a little
indie.
independent guy. Yeah.
Welcome.
Dickie, he's doing a Dickie knee at the moment. Hey, Dickie.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good, good. I can't see myself on the screen. As long as you can see me, that's great.
Right
Yeah, we
where
can
you are
see you.
now, don't move. How you going, brother? Good to see you.
Oh, she's flat out. She's flat out, man. We've got to try and bring some change, and we've got to try and get the word out. It's a big waking up operation, guys. And it's something that I'm excited about. I feel I'm placed to do. We're right at a point right now where kind of like we've got this opening, and we've got to go for it while we still can.
Thank you, Mark, for standing up. Like, I always appreciate everyone who stood up, because you go through hell when you stand up, like, to run for politics, because they automatically get dossiers on you. They get every little thing that you've ever done. So it's a really, it's like, you know, it's with great trepidation that people do this. And I'm so glad that people do it, because it's time that they understood that we are not being represented and we want to be represented. So thank you for that.
No, my absolute pleasure, you know, and, you know, well, no one's perfect. Anyone that says they're perfect in this life has got another thing coming. They've got a wake-up call. And the fact is, you've got to get to the bottom of every single story before you know anybody, and you've got to be open to it. But I think I mostly want to stand because down here in our electorate of Indi, currently we've got a orange woman that thinks she's actually orange, but she's actually a teal, and her name is Helen Haynes. She's been in for 2 terms, and her time's up, guys. Her time's up. She's been pushing the poison through the vax, and we want to see people that are protected and not pushed into a corner by these vax bigots, as I call them, that want to control our lives, bring in a digital ID, and get rid of our freedom of speech, our freedom to choose, and our freedom to live.
And you know what they're doing now, Mark? They've stooped to a new level of low, mate. They're actually using our kids now to market, you know, mRNA shots, you know, and got young kids. They're going, oh, it didn't hurt at all. You know what I mean? And what bullshit, man. Yeah, but it's bullshit. Now they've stooped to a new level. You can't get us adults to take it, so you'll call the parents into, you know, getting the kids. Like, I just, mate, I'm over it. I'm over it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've had enough, as you can see. Can you see that?
Yeah, had enough.
Had enough. We've absolutely had enough. We've had it up to well and truly over our heads. We are basically at taxation saturation point, and any country that gets to taxation saturation and a big overlord bureaucracy, that country is bound for doom and bound to fail under failboat. And what we need is some good, strong men and women in there that know the truth and aren't scared of the lies and scared of the insinuations or even scared of the threats, just standing up going, you can't touch us because we stand on the side of truth. You know what I mean?
That's it. Look, here's your flyer here, Mark. I'm just pulling it up on a screen. So the Wang Club, you know, Sunday the 6th, that was that was Sunday's already. Sorry, I'm a bit behind the times. How did that go?
Really good, really fantastic. I was amazed. We had people from not only Wangaratta, where we held it, we had people from Benalla, Barnawatha and Wodonga, and a lot of interest from people down towards Mansfield and also people from Bright. So it's a big electorate here. It's a big area to cover. I was just in Rutherglen Glen today, and I tell you what, I'm going gung-ho. Basically, I'm going to be out there and just getting on with getting some exposure on the evil that this corporate government is trying to portray upon us.
I think that's the thing, is that when you run, you can actually inject real, win, lose or draw, you're injecting real issues into the debate, because there aren't any real issues in the debate, you know?
Well, there is no debate really anymore. You know, we got a shit-slinging match between Albo and Dutton. And like I say, Mark, they are looking at making each other look bad, mate. They are jumping for, I can grab some, I'll repeal that because that's not going to get me votes. You know, if the normal idiot out there, I shouldn't say that too far out. If the normal person out there can't understand that you are watching two people play, now they're on about, we got tax breaks till December. Oh, come on. You know, are you serious? The only time we ever get off at anything like this is come election time, and then it all goes out the fucking window and nothing happens, you know? We're going to take the port back in Darwin. We're going to do this. Fucking what happened to 3 years ago? Excuse my French. When you got in, you know what happened?
Yeah, that's right. They leave us for virtually dead, Guru. And, you know, we're sick of being treated like dead entities. The fact is we need to turn that around, let them know they're the dead entities. They're the corporations, the dead entities that are trying to basically suck and grift money off their own population. I mean, the amount of overlord government departments and the people that are now retiring on $400,000 pensions a year and expect us to pay for that and our grandchildren to pay for that. I mean, this is highway robbery, guys. And like I said, taxation, saturation. I mean, I've been out there talking to some lefties and some righties and some middle conservatives, and, you know, a lot of them say, well, you need tax, Mark, to pay for things. Yeah, you do, but we don't need to pay for stupid wars over in Europe and Russia, and we don't have to pay for Pacific Islands that are grifting off us because of this climate cult scam saying their ocean levels are going to rise. It's preposterous.
One of the things is
no, you're right.
Well, this guy here has popped up on my radar. His name is Stuart Bonds, and he puts it so succinctly.
Why we would load trains, millions and millions of tons of coal on 100 carriage trains, shipped all the way over to China, and then they burn it for cheap electricity, turn it into wind turbines, and ship them back. And we're going to build them from all throughout our community. And where the jobs will come from is easy, because you will need 1,000 of these things spinning 24 hours a day to replace one 2,000 megawatt coal-fired power station. So by the time you build them, you will be rebuilding them. They don't last 20 years. Do you think that this and the infrastructure and tens of thousands of kilometres of transmission lines is going to make your life cheaper? Well, I've got a bridge to sell you in New York.
Authorised by P. Hansen, Pauline.
Now, he's running for One Nation, but he's popped up on my radar because he's just so succinctly says stuff. He just really put it really well.
Well, I wish you'd go to a party that would actually stand up for the people. Then that's what I'm going to say. Because there's no time for mucking around here. We're going to call it how it is. I don't know. We've got new viewers or viewers now. I've got Mark Searle. And Mark, show some respect. It's Goozer too. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, go call me Guru, mate. Come on, you know that. Oh, he's frozen. I'm giving him curry and he's frozen. That's a private joke between me and Mark, guys. Mark never liked the Guru, so he called me Goozer. And he always called me Goozer, you know, me messages and that. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, he's frozen up. I think you're back, Mr. Independent.
No, he's not.
No, he's
Well,
not.
and he's
All right,
got
you're
no.
on mute.
There's no sound, Mark. No sound.
Go and fix it. Go out,
Okay.
come back in, and we'll put you back in.
All right, but what I find really amazing at the moment is that there's a lot of really good men standing up, and one of them is this guy here who's come across my radar as well. It's also going to be on
Has
Friday
reached
night.
millions of Australians across platforms and media. In just 2 days, 1,100 new followers and growing. So here's a refresher on what really went down and why I'm here now running for Maranoa. Lawrence Springborg personally asked me to endorse him for mayor. 2 weeks later, he gave away 95% of Tubeer to people from North Stradbroke Island. People with no ties to our land or our lives. Well, Tubeer stood up. We drafted our Declaration of Independence and demanded the LNP and Gundawindi Council pull their heads in. Our petition, signed by over 120 locals, forced a meeting at the kindergarten. 150 people showed up, and so did Springborg, dragging along Uncle Justin, the so-called leader from Stradbroke Island, our new overlord, apparently. For a town that's 100% white farming families, that was insulting and disrespectful. We counted the whole circus the only way locals know how. A free barbecue at the pub, a few beers, some stretches, and we walked into the kindergarten and tore Lawrence a new one. The Queensland government said that Lawrence went hand in hand with the big gamble to the state with a secret deal. And what has the LNP said since that revelation? Nothing, not one word. Not one from Littleproud, not from Dutton, not even Jacinta Price. Jacinta, you wrote us a letter before you knew Springborg was involved. Where's the love now, Breds? Offered off for Maranoa, free Tubeer, free Australia.
So we have him on Friday night. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm back, guys. I'm back. I just totally lost all volume and audio. We're back. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Good.
All right,
Yeah.
mate. Cool. All right, well, let's continue on, Caz, and we'll just keep talking about whatever pops up, and we'll keep marking the
All
conversation.
right. Well, of course, the big thing, the couple of big things at the moment is, and it gets we don't give it enough traction, but there's a petition that I'm going to put in, and it's a declaration of biological truth in Australia. Now, I'm going to pop it into the chat here, and it's Celine Against the Machine, who we've played her stuff. She does some really great stuff, and she's put it together. So there's that. But Chick Fenton has really incredible courage, and she has come out and she's told a horrific story, but she gives an excellent argument for why women need safe spaces.
I know I speak for a lot of women out there, but we are at our most vulnerable when we pull our pants down to have a wee. I'm feeling vulnerable right now telling you this, but I grew up as a tomboy, and my childhood was taken away from me because I pulled my pants down to take a wee. I was pushed to the ground, I couldn't run, I was raped by 2 boys older than me. I was just a little girl. Every day I'm reminded of what happened to me. Every time I pull my pants down to take a wee, I'm reminded of my childhood rapes. I'm scarred for life. So to all those who think it's okay for men to use the women's toilets, to the transgender that think I'm being unfair to you for not allowing you to use the female toilets, you do not belong in a place where women are at their most vulnerable. If you've got a penis, you belong in the men's toilets. If you want me to believe that you feel vulnerable using a man's toilets because you identify yourself as a woman, I don't care. Call me transphobic. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. I'm not LGBTQ plus homophobic. I'm a woman that has a right to go for a wee to my own privacy. I should not be made to feel vulnerable just to use a toilet. So if you have a penis, stay away from the women's toilets. I know I'm not alone. I encourage all ladies out there, please speak up for what's right. Saturday, 26th of April, Parliament House, Melbourne, 12 noon. Women will speak. Bye now.
Amen.
Wow. Well, takes a lot of courage to get up and do that,
It
man,
does
and put that on a show like this. You know what I mean? Like, Yeah. Well said, sister. Exactly right. Yeah. Well, all right. Get us back on track there. And look, how many people has this happened to? You know, we're living in an evil world, guys. All right. You know, corruption has taken over, evil's taken over, and the good Lord has picked you bunch. You bunch of misfit bastards. All right. Along with the three of us here, right? And a heap of other people, you've been selected by the good Lord to take this on. All right. And the good Lord don't pick fights that he don't win. They can throw all the rocks they want, guys, like I used to use in Canberra. Guess what? My God throws boulders. And when he throws one, look out. Okay. People will scatter. So bring it on.
What I find amazing, though, is that they're actually doubling down on it. If you look at this, it's like, it's time to fund gender-affirming surgery through Medicare. Labor and Greens are our only hope. So now, like, I've had a look at the numbers, and it's very small. I can't remember the exact, but the percentage is very minute. And I can't believe that they would put this out. Usually they keep these things hidden. They don't actually advertise them. So I find it really, it's very strange. It's almost like everyone's planning disaster at the moment. Everyone's running a disastrous campaign.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's, yeah, go, Mark.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, you're right. There's these minorities that want to seem to be the majority, and it's affecting majority badly. Everyone has a right to choose what they want to be. We get that. But the fact is that we need to do this democratically, and we need to debate this stuff big time because, ever since they brought in same-sex marriage and all that stuff, the slippery slope has continued downwards. And I know a lot of beautiful people that are homosexual, particularly the ladies. They are supporting me in my campaign. And they don't like what's going on either. They'll tell you straight, guys, that this is political garbage. They just want to get on with their lives, the lives they've chosen to have, God bless them. And that's it. It's none of their business to try and take us and make us think the way they want to think. We can think the way we want to think in a democracy, right? But if you're in a communist rule situation, they'll tell you what to think. That's not my Australia. That's not the Australia any of us want, is it?
No, you did right.
Yeah.
We just want our old country back, Mark. I don't know whether we're going to get our old country back, but certainly we can get back something that we can start and rebuild into some, basic morals, ethics, you know what I mean, and community spirit again, mate, which has just been absolutely shattered throughout the whole environment, the whole country, the whole world, actually.
That's right. And like I said to the people, just quickly, Caz, at my launch on Sunday night, I opened up with, "Welcome to your country." And it was a relief not to hear that other garbage, which is racist. It's everyone's country. You start picking a race and you start pushing one race, it's racist, isn't it?
One of the things that I didn't know is actually this story here as well. Now, this is by Kerry Jagars, and now I haven't checked it out. But I want to put it out there as a question. So I'm just wondering, does anyone have any more information on this? So China offered $1 million to Liberal Party member Nick Zhao to run as a candidate in Chisholm. Nick tells ASIO, Nick dies suddenly in March, no identified cause, he's in his 30s. Up pops Gladys Liu, MP. She raises $1 million and wins the seat for the Liberals. Now, does anyone have any information on that? If you can you actually forward it to me? Because it's something that I really want to know more about. I really haven't had time to look into it.
More corruption. More murder.
There is. But what gets me, they don't even care. Like, look at this. So you've got Chris Bowen. He's been splashing about cash. He's the energy minister, has slugged taxpayers $260,000 for a 55-day worldwide travel blitz. Like $5,000 a day. Who spends $5,000 a day on a holiday?
Blackout Bowen does, because he's allowed to, because he said he can. While he's running the country down and taking our coal-fired plants and doing another deal with some turkey that's offshore, you know what I mean, to give away more of our crap and launder more money. You know, if a normal person knew that the basic, you know, the income off 1 mil, one of those windmill things that have to be powered up off the system anyway, and then can't supply frigging power anyway. You know, what they supply is bullshit. You know what I mean? Coming back into the grid anyway, very unstable. But, you know, you're copping, like the money laundering guy, $600,000 to $900,000 per windmill to the company that's putting them in, who pays the farmer $12,000. Hello, 12,000 a year they're paying him. They're getting 600 to 900,000 each one. Now, I mean, that's common knowledge. Now, where is someone getting charged with laundering our money?
That's right, exactly. And down here, I can tell you now, there's a big solar factory farm blitz going on, and the local independent members pushing it because she's a part of Climate 200. And for those that may not be aware, it's a group of philanthropists that, like Simon Holmes à Court, that are pushing for more of this renewable rip-off. Now, one in Glenrowan in particular, I've been speaking to the farmers, said that it used to be all bee-producing, honey-producing country. Now it's got 450,000 panels in it, and it's got 24 sheep running around getting radiated to make it look like it's all okay. We've had it here, man, and we are standing up for the farmer while we can.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Look, we're approaching 12:30, so I'm going to bring on the flyers. Now, I must apologise, Mark. I still had yours included in here because I was thinking it was next Sunday. So, and I put them together quickly tonight. Right. So, anyway, let's have a look at what's on. And the Mondays at Maggie's crew is calling for tools down. It's time to stand together. A corrupt and tyrannical government is crushing industries, stripping freedoms and silencing voices. This affects every worker and every business. New South Wales under a corrupt government. Enough is enough. We won't stay silent and we demand action. So join us every Monday at the Governor's House in Sydney at 11 a.m. And a reminder to contact the offices of Chris Minns, Ryan Park and Paul Scully. They are invited to come on the show Stop the Rot, Sack the Lot and have a debate with Dave. And Rocco is hosting an Election Day barbecue, 12 noon, Saturday the 3rd of May 2025 at Ewan Park Barbecue area. A stand in the park, Wagga Wagga. We'll have a Meet the Freedom candidates on Sunday the 13th of April at the Wagga Beach, 12 noon. Christine Onley, the Libertarian for Riverina, Michael O'Neill from the Heart Party, Dean McRae, former Liberal Democrats, and Arita Amo Lushmore and Lim Lushmore, the husband and wife team who were injured by the Pfizer vaccine, will also be addressing the people. There will be an Australia-wide rally on Saturday, April 26th. No more uni party. Repeal the hate speech bill, freedom of speech, leave the WHO, and pro-freedom minor parties. Everyone is welcome and the locations are to be announced. And in Victoria, we have the following events. In Melbourne, gather at the Governor's every Saturday to end the tyranny. 10 a.m. every Saturday at the Governor Gates. And join the Justice of the People in Melbourne every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. for a remembrance at the Shrine of Remembrance, lest we forget. There will be a Melbourne Freedom Meetup on Saturday the 12th of April at the Flagstaff Gardens, 12 p.m. Women's Voices Australia presents Women Will Speak at Parliament House in Melbourne on Saturday, April 26th at 12 noon. And the Freedom Movement's Mark McFarlane will be running as an independent in the upcoming federal election. His campaign launch will be on Sunday the 6th of April at the Wang Club, Wangaratta, 6 p.m. In Canberra, every day for over 1,000 days, the freedom fighters have been protesting at the Governor-General's. To join in, meet at the National Rock Garden at 10 a.m. to expose the 28, or tune in on YouTube at hashtag expose the 28. And check out Dan Tilda's new t-shirt designs featuring the QR code, the event number of the Witness Statement documentary. And backed by popular demand, there will be a second screening of Witness Statement on Saturday, the 12th of April of 2025 at Nanango Cultural Centre on the corner of Drayton Streets and George Streets, Nanango, Queensland. Arrive at 11:30am for a 12pm lunchtime film start. Daily prayer space is held on X at 3pm. So whatever you're facing, come along and we can lift you up in prayer. Every day, 3pm on X. Melissa 146233923.
All right.
Yeah, so we're back.
But we actually have another event number from ACT. There it is there.
Yep.
That's for the witness.
That one coming today, folks. Okay, well done. Now, also the 80 people that turned up today, I just want to again say thank you guys that turned up in Canberra for that court case. Okay, absolutely brilliant. But yes, we got another event number there. We got people working on one down in Victoria, and we're pretty close to getting one. We may even have one, guys, for Queensland actually. So it's looking good. We'll update tomorrow night. We got to push it, guys. All right. This is going to help people like Mark that are on the screen right now that are going out there to try and stand up for you people. All right. The more education we can get out there, the more that people will want to back independence. All right. And get behind what we're trying to do here. So,
guys, I can see people are starting arguments. We've already addressed this. We know that some people are convicted not to vote. That's fine. Each man according to his own conscience, okay? Please do not spend your time arguing in the chat. Okay, even if you do decide not to vote personally because of personal conviction, your job is still to scrutinise and to get behind people who are, because we are vying for the 40%. Now, on that, your mission this week and for the rest of the for the rest of the month
30 days.
Is for the rest of the get onto the call into your talkback shows, call in, contact, email all of the stations, okay? Because I had a look, the Great Debate on YouTube only had 1,500 views, okay? So it's not
on Sky on YouTube, guys.
Sky YouTube, it only had 1,500. So therefore, we know that they don't have the numbers. Okay, so your job this week is to create the narrative. People wouldn't dismiss something once; they dismiss something twice. After they've heard it 3 times, that's when it sinks in. So call into everybody and just ask each radio station the question. Just say, "Hey, how come everyone's pushing Dutton and Albo? No one's voting. I don't know anyone that's voting for them. Everybody's looking at these other parties, these minor parties. How come you're not covering them? Get the conversation going, guys. This week we can change this. We can actually do it. We can bring it home."
Yeah, that's what we've got to do, guys. And can I quickly plug that I'll be at the Benalla stand in the park this Sunday from 10 a.m.
Yep.
To have a chat to my buddies down there who have been really supportive, which is what we need to be. Just listen to Caz, you know, you don't have to vote if you don't want to, but we need people doing all sorts of different jobs right now. Some people get into the sandbox, some people don't go near the sandbox. But I'm going to get in there for this electorate northeastern Victoria. My website is mm4ndi.au. Check us out. I need support, guys. All the independents need support. We're trying to do this constitutionally while we still have a partial constitution, if you know what I mean.
And everybody, you know, it's the man in the arena. Every man in the arena, everyone wants somebody to step into the ring and fight, okay? The problem is they need somebody to stitch them up when they're taking the blows. They need somebody to towel them down when they're sweating, taking the sweat. So guys, get behind them, okay? So
that's it.
Now that that is it. Now, one of the things that's really interesting at the moment is the abolition of tax and the tariffs. I'll just play this clip from Trump.
Very rich again, and it's going to happen very quickly. It's time for the United States to return to the system that made us richer and more powerful than ever before. Do you know the United States in 1870 to 1913, all tariffs, and that was the richest period in the history of the United States, relatively speaking. In other words, relatively. And they set up the Great Tariff Commission of 1887, and this commission had one function: what to do with all the money that we took in. It was so enormous that they had no idea. It was a blue ribbon committee. It was set up 1887, and what to do with all of the money that we had. And again, Teddy Roosevelt was a beneficiary because when McKinley was killed, he took over this vast sum of money, and he did all of those national parks and all of the other things. And I'm not knocking him, but he was given a vast amount of money.
Now, it did generate a vast amount of money, okay? Now, and also remembering too that that was McKinley that did that, okay? So he set up the tariffs, and basically it made them so wealthy, so they paid no taxes whatsoever. They had so much money they did not know what to do with. Now, when Kennedy got into his office, what he did was he slashed taxes by 50%, generated massive wealth. He slashed them again by 50% after a few years because he had so much money. And again, it generated even more wealth. Okay, so when they're telling you that they need taxes to pay for things, actually, no, they don't. Which is really interesting because we actually have a libertarian here. And guess what he's done?
Right.
Tax sucks.
Yeah, does nothing for any of us really these days when we've got a pack of government grifters just siphoning off for themselves, so they get their little place beside the ocean. You know what I mean?
Mark, give us your website again, will you, mate? And we'll put it into the chat because, we just had trouble. You're breaking up a little bit sometimes.
Okay, yeah. So the website's mmforindi.au. Get there and check out what I'm about. Basically a carpenter. I've tried to be a builder. The systems push me back all the time, but it's time to push back their direction. You know what I mean? So mmforindi.au.
We got it. We got it.
All right. And Caz was talking about in the fight and backing people up. There is no throwing any towels in for any of these people. All right. It doesn't matter how tough it gets, how hard it gets. These people like Mark Mack and that are standing up, they don't want no white towels, guys. All right. They're in for the fight. All right. So get behind them. Just no throwing a towel in the ring. Doesn't happen.
No. We all have to. That's right.
One of the things as well is that Australia looks like it's trying to blame our economic situation on the tariffs. This girl has done a brilliant visual breakdown of it.
Groceries or to live, let me show you. And I'll let you know right now it's got nothing to do with fucking tariffs. Let's start in the 1950s and 60s where Menzies opened the door for foreign buyers. Whitlam gave away our mining rights. Hawke and Keating sold off Aussie companies and let the banks run wild. And Keating let foreign owners buy up our farmland. John Howard turned housing into an investment and sold our critical assets overseas. Rudd, Gillard, Turnbull and Abbott all let global firms buy Australian homes. Morrison handed all of our COVID money to big business. And he also let the big supermarkets completely fucking price gouge us. But yeah, the problem is definitely in the tariffs, hey?
You go.
Well done, chick. Very well done. Yeah. The problem is the problem's spiritual, guys, and the problem is that we just need to come together. All right, under the plate that's brought us together. We get unified, right? We go as one. We do what we've done today. 80 people, guys, down in the court in Canberra. Wait till that's 8,000 or 800. And what are they going to do? And it's going to be, because it's getting bigger and bigger all the time, guys. And I just applaud you for getting in and helping. All right. And we just got to get this done, guys. This is the most critical time in your life. All right. This has been a 5-year fight, but we're at a place now where we could possibly make a change. Win the grand final.
That's it.
Yep.
And there's more truth coming out as well. Like surprisingly, Sam Newman's doubled down.
Welcome to You Cannot Be Serious. What went on with Martin Bryant and the Port Arthur massacre?
All I knew was what everyone else knew, that Martin Bryant went down there and shot up Port Arthur. So I began the research and I dug very, very deeply, not just what I read online and the news reports, but I spoke to the first responders, the police, survivors, the families of the victims, people who grew up with Martin, people who went to school with him, people who spent time with him in prison after the event. And the deeper I dug over 8 exhaustive years, I came to the conclusion that Port Arthur stinks to high heaven, that the mainstream story is not the full story. There's definitely a cover-up and there's a lot of unresolved questions.
And so is William Burler, and we will expose it, guys, because we know. We know.
That's right. That's right. It's time for the truth to come out, guys. If we're sitting around not wanting to get involved, it's not going to get any better. It's really not. We need to do what we can, where we can, and do what we're good at, okay? And the good Lord will provide the rest, as Guru said.
That's it.
Yeah, and like I've said many times before, guys, all right, come into this side, all right, and ask God what your position is. Don't just come in taking up a spot. You know what I mean? That's not how it works. All right. We come in and we stay in touch with the good Lord. All right. And we get direction, because your position may change. You know, as I said to you, everyone's included here, guys. All right. David was an adulterer. Moses was a murderer. Samson played with the occult. Rahab was a prostitute. God never used anyone that didn't have some color in their life, guys. He went for experience. All right. And you people are experienced. So pick up your baton and let's fucking do this.
That's him. All right, so just very quickly, the cost of living crisis is just out of control. Scotty's been following it and he's been commenting on the building industry.
We have a housing crisis. Let's take a look at this.
People think that there's a housing crisis in Australia, but in reality, it's not a housing crisis. It's a property development shortage.
Hard asked to get the soy boy latte lovers out of their inner city sanctums to believe that the developers are doing it tough. But this guy's got a pretty good point to make.
A lot of builders are leaving the game because it's become less profitable, highly scrutinised, and highly taxable.
I know a shit ton of builders that have gone broke in the last 4 years and not a lot of people that have made any profit. So it's been a profitless boom.
Imagine paying stamp duty, GST, then capital gains tax after every project.
Recent HIA reporting has found that those taxes add up to somewhere around about 50%.
50%. We'll leave it there. The full thing will be the full video will be available on our website. But yeah, so look, we're approaching the 45-minute mark. So Mark, if you want to have some closing words, and Dave, if you'd like to close the show. Tonight we are being taken out by the main lads, and a slow burn genocide is the name of the song. Sorry. Oh, where's he gone?
I'm back. It's okay. It's all right. All good. I get my time. Well, let me tell you, as a carpenter joiner, a guy that studied architectural drafting, did architecture also for 18 months. I can tell you now, the whole building game is just totally pushed towards big corporates right now. The small guys are getting knocked out of business all the time. I could see the writing on the wall. I could see the marriages going to the wall that were builders, and builders getting blamed for everything. What happened when the cars industry was struggling? Holden got millions, Ford got millions. The builders are still here, guys, and they're getting nothing, absolutely nothing. And the big corporates, the developers, are basically solicitors, accountants, and probably politicians. The little guy like me did his apprenticeship, just totally trodden on, basically. So I'm one of you guys. And if you're in the electorate of Indi, I'm one of you people. I'm not a corporate guy. I wouldn't be part of a party if you paid me. I'm not going to take 1 cent from any of them. I will not be bought out. And if you can give me your support, that's all I need. I'll go hard. I'll go really hard for you guys, because I know where it's at. We've all lived through the last 5 years of almost hell on Australian earth. It's time for the real people to actually represent the real Aussie battler.
Okay. Yeah, well said, Mark. Yeah, it is time, guys. So What can you do about it? You know, locate your local independent. Have a look around, guys. Do some work, all right? Have a chat to them, all right? Because we need to expose, all right? We just need to continue to let people know that don't know just how bad it is out there, because it is bad, guys, and it's only going to get worse, all right? So we got to give these guys a big shake-up. So we wish you all the best, Mark. We're praying for you. God be with you, mate. Godspeed. God bless, all right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, go get into it, mate. And let's get you back on before the election. Do a bit of a catch-up, you know, on how your events are gone. And likewise, any independents out there watching the show that need some promotion, you know what I mean? Get to it. And if you can pass the test that you're okay, we'll whack you on. We'll whack you on anyway. But if you're not going to pass the test and I know it, I'm going to give you some hard questions. So clean up your act, come on here and tell the people what you want to do for them. Not what you want them to hear, but what you want to actually do for them to be a change and make a change. And to finish off, guys, be the change you want to see. Okay, so if you become the change, we're up against everything, guys, all right? We have an artificial 5G trying to screw our ether, all right? We have, you know, bullshit going on out there with the human residents, right? They are clouting us left, right, and center. Okay, so the sooner we can get on top of this, sooner we can change your life for your family, and we can all get on the hill and, you know, be a country again. So God bless everyone. I love Australia, and I'm here to fight to get it back, guys. Thank you very much, Mark, and great to see you back, Caz. Thank you.
Good on.
They've closed down the factories, taken our jobs, stolen our self-esteem, made us live like slobs, brought us solo with nowhere to go. All control tricks and lies, it's a slow but genocide. They've broken the young men, making them soft. You've shaped the girls into something hard and tough. For them their lives will be without love. All control tricks and lies, it's slow but genocide. You're poisoning the air, ground and water too. Killing the birds and the beasts is what you do. Then treat your victims like a shit under your shoe. All control tricks and lies, it's a slow but genocide. Give a being woke, choose to be awake. Let's all come together as one, let's make them slam on the brakes. Defy little lies, every word in everything. Then we'll drive them back to hell, and we will win. We will stop this slow but genocide. We will stop this slow but genocide. We will win. We must win. The future for us all, the future for us all, the future for us all is what this is all for.